Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps today. Ooh, we got some news coming out about Catherine that makes me love her even more, and I'm excited to talk about it. We got Daily Mail talking about recollections may vary. I love that so much. It came from the Queen, or did it? Did it come from Catherine? Let's talk about it. You guys, thanks so much for being here, and we do have Recollections May Vary merch. All right. So throughout this article in Daily Mail, it does call her Kate. I know. We all hate that. I'm going to do my best to call her Catherine. Sometimes I slip up and call her Kate. Now, when you see it in articles like this, or if you see it in my title on YouTube, it is not meant to be disrespectful. It's because people still search for Kate more than they search for Catherine. So I think just the general public, not the people who know. So just know that's what that's about. That's my side note on that, because I always get comments, why don't you just call her Catherine? I do. I understand that she prefers Catherine, so that's how I try to refer to her. But Kate's a natural nickname, and I think that the news outlets report on it because, again, people search for that, so that's why you see it sometimes written in some of my tags and stuff and channels. So just know that. It's not out of disrespect. I love my Catherine. All right, ready? It was Catherine who insisted recollections may vary line must stay in royal family's fight back statement after Harry and Meghan's Oprah racism storm, new book claims. Princess said history would judge the firm over its response to TV allegations. So, yeah, it's not that Catherine coined the term, it's that she pushed to keep that term. And I love Recollections May Vary. It's one of my favorites. I love the Queen so much, and I think it's perfect. It's a nice, respectful way to say, shut up, you big liars who lie, right? It Harry and Meghan, of course. So then the article goes on to say it was the Princess of Wales who pressed for the Queen to declare recollections may vary in her infamous riposte to Harry and Meghan. Book has claimed behind the scenes, Catherine was even steelier than Prince William in helping devise the robust palace response to the Sussexes' incendiary racism allegations made in an interview with Oprah Winfrey, it was reported. The future king and queen were said to have been united in wanting a toughened up statement after Harry and Meghan's televised bombshell. Wow, so it almost sounds like it's true, read my sarcasm here, that it was Meghan that made Catherine cry, and that all the stuff had gone down about little Charlotte. And if you don't believe me, look at Meghan's facial expressions at Charlotte in the church. You guys, so I love Catherine so much, and to me this just screams, mommy bear stepping in to protect and to put this bitch in her place. And I say yes, and by bitch I mean Meghan and Harry, because I think it applies to both. So new light has been shed on the palace drama by royal correspondent Valentine Lowe in his paperback edition of book Courtiers. He reveals in detail how the late queen approved the subtle but firm comeback to the grandson's toxic attack against the monarchy in an interview he and Meghan gave to Miss Winfrey in March 2021. So let's talk about this. Now, first of all, I did go through the whole book Courtiers. So if you haven't seen that, go back and watch it because we had a lot of fun. I have a Recollections May Vary book club here, and we read books like Courtiers and Revenge, if you know, you know, and books like that. So definitely go back and then we read Our King by Robert Jobson. So go back and watch those if you haven't seen them, because Courtiers is pretty good. So it sounds like, if I'm understanding that right, Valentine Lowe. I read so many books, they run together in my head. Valentine added some stuff with the paperback, which is fun because that's what Tom Bower did with Revenge. Now, I read Tom Bower's additional information with Revenge. You can find that video as well. And I'll be honest, it was not as juicy as I was hoping. It was fun. It was okay. It wasn't as juicy as I was hoping. I think I made like 2 episodes, maybe 3 out of it. So go watch those. I tried to make it fun. I was hoping for more on Doria, but that's, beside the point. So Courtiers was good. I enjoyed Valentine Lowe's perspective. I thought he did a good job of explaining how awful Harry was. We got to see some insight on that. But again, I'm not going to go back through that. Definitely go back and watch my reviews. I have a whole playlist where the videos are in order. You can watch the whole review if you want to. But I didn't know that he was doing this paperback thing. and adding stuff. But it sounds like this is something that came out of that. A global racism storm was sparked after the Sussexes claimed that when Meghan was pregnant with Prince Archie, there had been concerns expressed by the palace about his possible skin color. You guys, this article is fine. It just brings it all back up for me. Just reading this again. Yes, it did split. It made it a huge deal, and it tormented the queen. They went on there. I have a whole breakdown about this, but I don't care. They went on there. They said all these lies. People believe them. They said crap like that. They made so many things have been proven to be lies since then. Oprah didn't question a thing. They just got this story out there and made life hell for the queen, I'm sure for William and Catherine and everybody involved. They were just fine with it because they're the perpetual victims that are just, they'll just say anything for attention, anything at all, even if it's not true. And then later, when Dum Harry is like pressed about it, not even pressed because it was his friend, that Tom Bradby guy, said something about the racist claims or whatever. Dum denies and's like, I didn't say that. The press did. No, you ass. You said it. You and your dumb wife said it. You both said it. And we knew what you meant because you were very clear about it. And you just sat there grinning like an idiot. So if you didn't stop it, you were complicit. So the shock allegation lie triggered crisis talks at Buckingham Palace during what was a difficult time already with Prince Philip seriously ill in the hospital. I didn't even talk about that. I'm so focused on the Queen. Yeah, Prince Philip was seriously ill in the hospital, and yet these two were just out there spreading their lies. Again, I have videos on this. In fact, I have one just about to come out about the BS that was from this interview. But anyway, just get ready for that. Meghan told Oprah she had phoned the Queen to check on the condition as he spent almost a month in hospital while being treated for an infection. He died peacefully around a month later. Bullshit, she called. She couldn't care less. She couldn't get out of there fast enough. And you know what? Good riddance. It's not that. It just, you are free to go at any time, but you don't have to do this. This is not a thing where you just make up these lies, both of you. Make up these lies to try to get public sympathy and money and whatever else you were trying to fame. Fuck off. All right. A team of courtiers had stayed up overnight Sunday to watch Meghan and Harry's interview, which was screened on US TV in the early hours of the morning UK time. And although senior officials locked in conference calls had debated how to respond with a draft of statement ready by 2 p.m., the palace remained silent. An insider reveals in Mr. Lowe's book one of the reasons was the late Queen was adamant that she was going to watch the program first. That meant waiting until it was broadcast on ITV on Monday evening. And so it was on the Tuesday when the serious negotiations began over the official response to Harry and Meghan, with William and Catherine leading the fight back. I love that. I love knowing that William and Catherine were involved. I mean, obviously, it was written by the Queen. I'm not taking anything away from her. I love knowing that, I mean, obviously they were behind the scenes, but I love knowing this. I love that they're involved because I'd like to give a big middle finger to these two on behalf of William, Catherine, the Queen, and Prince Philip. According to Mr. Lowe's book, being serialized in the Times, they sat together on a sofa as they discussed with their officials how to deal with the Sussexes. Good Lord. Sussex. I'm so mad I can't even say their name. The dumbasses' incendiary allegations. A draft palace statement initially did not include the famous phrase and was a much milder version. The book says William and Catherine were clear which side of the debate they were on. There is no debate. Those two lied. There is no debate. They're wrong. They lied. They're disgusting. They wanted it toughened up a bit. So I guess that's the debate. But whatever, you know what I mean. But good for them. I love William and Catherine. And yeah, I actually wish they had gone harder, but I understand why they couldn't. It was said that the couple, who by then had had their fair share of run-in with William's younger brother and his wife. Ooh, I kind of love that. They called Dumb and Dumber William's younger brother and his wife. Oh my God, you guys. Why haven't we been doing that? We've been calling him Chelsea's ex and his wife, but let's do William's younger brother and his wife instead of Harry and Meghan. William's younger brother and his wife. Okay, we're adamant that this does not stand. And while Catherine was right behind William, it was said that she was even more firm than him on the matter. I guess so. It's because of the run-in she had with Meghan. I mean, of course she experienced it firsthand this is my opinion. So, allegedly. Meghan was horrendous to Catherine. She was horrendous to little Charlotte. Allegedly bullied Charlotte. So, of course, Catherine is going to, again, be a mama bear and protect. So, yeah, it's not that William would protect. I'm saying Catherine experienced it more firsthand. So, yeah, it doesn't shock me that she would be a little more firm on this. And good for her, and rightly so, right? Rightly so. All right. Let's see. When Accordia first suggested the Recollections May Vary phrase, which was hailed as a classic iron fist and velvet glove royal maneuver, I love that. Iron fist and velvet glove. At least 2 palace officials argued against it in case it riled Harry and Meghan further. So what? So what if it riled them further? What, are they going to tell more lies? Don't worry, we'll figure it out real quick. But it was Catherine, then the Duchess of Cambridge, who pressed home the argument that it should remain. Mr. Lowe's book said, well, you know what? I love Catherine, and good for her. She's a smart cookie. So he quotes his sources saying it was Catherine who clearly made the point. History will judge this statement, and unless this phrase or a phrase like it is included, everything that they say will be taken as true. So, you know what? Yes, good for them. I'm so glad. And exactly. It's not from people like us, but the idiots that follow them, yeah, they'll just go down and be like, oh, yeah, everything they said is true. Not question a single thing, even though a lot of that stuff was easily proven as lies. Oh my goodness. The source said it was an example of how Catherine is often far steelier than she appears. She does not get as much credit as she should because she's so subtle about it. I love Catherine. I can't wait to have tea with her and pet her hair and tell her I love her. Not in a weird way. She's playing the long game. She's always got her eye on, this is my life and my historic path, and I'm going to be the queen one day. And you know what? Good for her. The toughened up draft went to Buckingham Palace for approval and came back a couple of hours later with a yes from the Queen. It was released on Tuesday night. I would love to be a fly on that wall. I would have loved to have tea with the Queen. I would have had a marmalade sandwich out of her purse, whatever. No, for real. I would love to be there when she read this. I'd like to think that, she smiled about it. And you know what else? I hope it burns Meghan up that Catherine and the Queen had that relationship and Meghan sucks. Tonight, Kensington Palace declined to comment amid the fallout of the interview. It was also steely Catherine, and Meghan famously claimed had made her cry before she married Prince Harry. Well, everything they say is a lie. I don't trust anything out of either one of them, and I'm sorry, but I you know what? I'm not sorry. Again, blank them. Blank Harry and Meghan. They lie about everything, so why would they be truthful about any of that? Besides, we've read all the books, and all of them seem to say, hey, shocker, Catherine's telling the truth. And hey, shocker, I believe it. All right. In the bombshell interview, the Duchess of Sussex said she had forgiven Catherine. Oh, that's so big. You forgave Catherine. Okay. Can you imagine? Imagine that you were Catherine and you had to deal with this bullshit. Meghan was being a condescending you-know-what to you. She slammed the door in your face when you try to take her flowers to try to make things nice. She bullies your daughter. And then she goes on national TV and cries victim and tries to smear everything you've worked for and your family's name. No. I think Catherine is a saint for holding it together. I think I'd throw her off the balcony. Goodness. But No, I do think about that a lot. I also think about the palace aides that were allegedly bullied by Meghan. And I think, can you imagine? You worked in hellacious working conditions with both Meghan and Harry. And then you watch these two go on a worldwide privacy tour where they can't stop whining about everything and crying how they're victims of whatever it is that day, right? Can you imagine? You had to deal with all that crap and then you watch them go on their tour of victimhood. I'm so glad more people are waking up to this crap. So then they go into the row over the Flower Girl's dress. We know all this, so I'm not going to go into it because no new information. And then the article basically wraps up. But I found that interesting. I love Catherine so much. I wanted to make this post because I'm thrilled that all the truth is coming out. And then I'm thrilled that, I mean, it's been out, but I'm thrilled that more people, and I know you guys see it, but I'm thrilled that more of the mainstream whatever media consumers are seeing it as well. That Harry and Meghan can't be trusted about anything. They're big old victims. They lie about everything, and they're pretty much the worst people ever. So good for Catherine. I love her so much. I love that she pushed for this, and I love that the Queen was all for it. I love the Queen so much. Look how beautiful. And instead of showing William's brother and William's brother's wife, ooh, what if we started calling Meghan Catherine's sister-in-law? Although I don't even want to I don't want to do that to Catherine, but okay, William's brother and William's brother's wife. William's brother's first wife. I don't even know what I was going to say. I just get so tickled by that. Let's look at a happy couple here as we close this out. But I love Catherine. I love that she pushed for that statement. I love that the Queen approved it. Good for them. Harry and Meghan continue to be the absolute worst. Again, I asked the question, who in their right mind could possibly still follows those two? I don't understand it. I don't. But I appreciate all of you. Sorry if I got heated. I just feel passionate about this stuff. I really do. It's just not right what they did. It's really not. But that said, I appreciate every one of you. I actually very small touched on this in an upcoming video. I just think I'm posting these out of order. So you might see me kind of briefly breeze by this on one of where I go over the Twitter memes and posts and stuff. So you might see that. But this is my in-depth look into it, if you will, because I really wanted to spend time talking about Catherine and my love for her and the Queen, as always. But guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. As more stuff comes out, you better believe I will talk about it. I bet plates are breaking all over Montecito as we speak. And guess what? I love it. I think it's great. You know what else I think is great? Our Drunk Goose Club. Honk, honk. Guys, the response to the merch has been incredible. Huge thank you to my sexy voice gander, if you will, Jay, for designing the merch. I love it so much. I'm so excited about it, and it seems like you guys are too. Thank you to everybody who's ordered. I really appreciate it. It really goes to support the channel. It means the whole wide world, and I'm glad that you guys seem to like it so much. Check out Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. That's where you can get bonus deep dives and extra content from us. And as always, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you, you drunk geese. Have the best day. Honk, honk. Bye-bye.